Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. Thank you for joining me. If this is your first time tuning in to my Facebook Live, my name is Kim Dent, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for almost 21 years. It'll be 21 years in June, next month. I love teaching crafters and even non-crafters how to make really cute and quick and easy greeting cards, but with rubber and photopolymer stamps and coordinating cardstock and coordinating ink. That is what Stampin' Up! Is all about. It takes the company was smart when it started. It decided to coordinate all sorts of products, and through the years, the product line has just grown. So it's different than if you started with a hobby of card making and you decide, I'm going to go to a big box store, which I mean like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or Joann's, and you decide that you're going to get a real red ink pad or a red ink pad. And then you're going to get some red cardstock to go with it. Or let's say we're going to throw in some green to make some Christmas cards. And what happens at the big box stores is that you won't get that true coordination with the products that you buy. And the quality of Stampin' Up! Products cannot be beat. So I have been stamping, I guess I stamped for about a year before I decided to join Stampin' Up! And I just decided to join for the discount. And here I am almost 21 years later. I have a team of almost 40, and Rick and I have traveled around the world because of Stampin' Up! And I have loved every minute of it. Anytime a new catalog comes out or I get to see new products, which is one of the perks of being a demonstrator, you get to see all of that early. My heart goes pitter-pat because I love it just as much today as I did 21 years ago when I decided to join. So that's my story. Hello, everyone. I'm going to sync my laptop because I see that we have people that I've got some viewers. So hold on just 1 minute. I hope you all have had a great weekend. I have. It's been a good one. One of the things that I did that was on my to-do list was to get items ready, stamp sets ready that I'm going to sell. Yes, I'm going to sell them. Not all of them, but I've got a whole lot to sell. I've got like almost 20 years worth of stamp sets that I've been going through, and I'm going to sell punches and stamp set. I've got some retiring cardstock. So all of that will take place on Saturday, May 28th, this coming Saturday, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Zion Lutheran Church, which is my church. And so many of you I know that are tuning in. It's your church too. And also it'll be in the lower level of higher grounds. That's where we have our coffee shop as well as our fellowship hall. So that's where the big retired Stampin' Up! Sale will take place this coming Saturday. We have 17 tables with, I believe we have 12 demonstrators who are doing the same thing that I'm doing, is selling their retired product. I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. At my table, I have 3 tables. If you come to the sale and you come to see my tables, my sale is being run as a BOGO sale. That's BOGO, which means buy one, get one. So what it means is if, for example, you decide that you're going to purchase $100 worth of my retired product, you get to turn around and order $100 worth of product for free out of the annual catalog or the January through June mini catalog. So let me say that again. If you purchase $100, and it's any amount, but I'm just using 100 as the example. If you purchase $100 off of my 3 tables, And then in retired product, you get to turn around and order $100 free out of the new annual catalog or the January through June catalog. So that's how I'm running my table. And people have asked me, like, how much do I have? And I've told them, which, I do this only with a smile on my face, because I've said I'm going to haul up to Zion as much as my mule will carry, which my mule is Rick. And so we are going to be carrying stuff up and as much as we can get up there. If this sale is a success, which I'm planning on it being a huge success, we're planning, the girls, some of them have already contacted me and said, if this is good, will we do it again? Yes, we're definitely going to do it again if this is a success. I'm praying that we don't have weather like we had yesterday. Oh my goodness, Rick and I woke up and the rain was beating on our windows, and we were like, oh, I'm so glad this is not, this coming Saturday, the 28th. Not that I know it would, I know it wouldn't keep some of you from coming, but we're hoping for good sunshiny weather. And I've checked the forecast, and as far as I can tell, we've got a little sunshine for next Saturday. So pray. Hello everyone. Okay, enough of me gabbing about the sale, but I hope you all are going to come, especially if you're in the area. And for my friends who aren't in the area, I'm so sorry. I wish that there was a way to fly you all in for this sale, to have you all join it. It is going to be a really good time. I have people that have contacted me from all over who are saying, we wish we could come to your sale, or we're planning on it. And not just from, I put in my my advertisements, I'm like, if you're in the St. Louis area, but I have had so many people who are not even from around here who are driving in, which is kind of crazy. But I'm excited. Yay. Thank you. Okay. I am glad. I can tell all of you are watching me, but I am not seeing myself. It's not syncing. So give me one more second. And if this doesn't work, I think I'm going to give up and just try to wing it. But I'm glad you're all seeing me. I don't know why. I don't know why it's not cooperating tonight. Come on. Nope. Oh, wait. Talk amongst yourselves. Back in the day, when I first started Facebook Lives, kooky stuff like this happened all the time, and it made me crazy. And sometimes in tears, I would get done with a Facebook Live, and so many things would have gone wrong, but I'm not doing it tonight. So, hi, Julie. Yeah, I'm trying to sync my laptop, and I'm not sure why. And that just helps me read the comments. So if this doesn't work, I just won't be able to talk to you. It'll be like you'll be there watching me, but I won't be able to see the comments. So hopefully I'm going to give it one more shot. Oh, that's all I need to say. Woo! I'm there. I'm there, girls. I can see myself. So thank you. I see we've got almost a dozen people. So hold on. Come on. I apologize. Here we go. There we go. Got it. Oh, and no tears. So, okay. So I've told you about the sale. The other promotion that's going on with Stampin' Up, or the promotion that Stampin' Up is putting on right now, is the In Color Starter Kit. And if you've been around me for the past couple weeks, I've been talking about it just because I think it is such a great deal. So I'm just going to go through it really, really quick. And I will like to, talking about the In Color Starter Kit, my newest member of my team, Karen Amen, is just join. So yay for Karen. Sandy, her sister, is on the team, on my team, and Karen just signed up. So made my day, Karen. So thank you. So what the In Color starter kit promotion is, it goes from now till May 31st. And it is the normal kit to join. It's $99, and you get to choose $125 worth of product. But right now, from now till the end of May, you get a perk of getting the In Color products, which is the In Color, the brand new In Colors, the set of ink pads, a pack of that DSP, which I love, that 6x6 In Color DSP. You get a pack of grid paper that's In Color, so it's going to be the pretty grid paper that you get to stamp on, and then a pack of the In Color assorted cardstock. That value is $66.50. Plus you get a paper pumpkin included in your kit, plus you get the kit shipped automatically for free. The value of the products comes out to about $222. And then after that, hopefully you'll take advantage of the 20% off discount, and it can go up from there, but you start out at 20% and 20% off. So I always compare it to Kohl's, because back in the day I worked for Kohl's, but I always love getting that like 20 or 30% off coupon. So think every time you place an order, you get that 20% discount. So, and there's tons more that I can tell you about. Being on my team is fantastic. The girls are wonderful. We meet every month. So there's lots and lots of perks to it. So you have till May 31st to join and to take advantage of this sale. You can always join, but to take advantage of the In Color starter kit promotion, it ends on May 31st. So enough of that, enough of the commercials. I'm going to jump right in to these adorable cards that I hope you love. So hold on just a second. I'm going to flip my camera down. Oops. And line it up. I have a new host code. So the new host code, it's right here. I'm not going to say it tonight because I think you can see it really clearly. If you want to place an order that's $150 or less and you would like to help me out, please use this code. If you're placing a big order or a large order over $150 or over, do not use this code because you will receive the Stampin' Rewards. So don't use this code if your order is $150 or more. And that's my website. If you're interested in joining like Karen did today, this is where you'll go. And there'll be a tab that says Join. And it has all the information that you need to know, as well as you would want to have the items that you want in your kit all ready to go. But you can go there and click on it and take a look at it and see what it looks like, and then go back and maybe pick out your $125 worth of product. But that's my website. All right, here we go with the cute cards. Let me pull my light in. Sorry about the reach. This card you probably have seen if you're on my Stampin' Up page, my business page. You guys are funny, Peggy. No, you cannot, Peggy, because you're an active demonstrator. So let's see, this card, let me pull the camera down a little bit. This card is so easy to make. And I just love it because it just is so like simple, but yet so sweet, and it's very easy to make. The stamp set that I use to make this card is the Grassy Grove stamp set. One of the very interesting things about this is that this is a, oh gosh, what's the name? Distinctive stamp set. If you look at the little deer, the doe, it almost looks like a photograph, doesn't it? So that is, that's how I always explain distinctive stamps. And that's something that's a Stampin' Up, where Stampin' Up has the patent on it. So isn't that cool? And then this very pretty paper is the new Horizons DSP, which is going away at the end of June. If you don't have it, you need to get it because it's so beautiful. The Grassy Grove stamp set, there's also a coordinating bundle, or coordinating dies. And you can see the dies here, and I've used them. The one that I used for the card today, just one of them, is this one. But you can see there is, this is a mama doe and the baby, some trees. This is like a canopy. This is some trees. This cuts out the stamp that I'm using, but I'm not cutting it out. This is a border stamp. So it's a very cool bundle. It was carried over into the new annual catalog. And so and it is still, it's 10% off in the annual catalog. The new Horizons DSP, which is that beautiful watercolor, goodness, DSP. This DSP is just gorgeous. You can see I've cut up, and I'm like, I think I need to order another pack because this is one of my favorites. It all looks like watercolor. A watercolor wash on some of the sides, but it's beautiful. You've seen me use it since the January catalog came out. But in the beginning, I didn't think I needed it because I thought I don't know. I didn't know how to use it, I guess, until I saw some demonstrators stamping on it, which is what we're going to do today. And doing all sorts of very creative things with it. If you don't have this, you need it. You need it. It's just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So hold on one second. I'm going to pull out my kit, but I wanted to show you this just because I just think it's so beautiful. All right. Let's see if I've got myself in the camera. I do. All right. We're going to use Evening Evergreen. This is 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. 4 1/4, Karen. This is the new Horizons DSP. It's 4 inches by 5 1/4. There's the flip side, which is very interesting. I like more of the sheets that have multiple colors in it, but 4 by 5 1/4. And then the next layer is Evening Evergreen. It is 3.5 by 4.5. Thank you, Karen. I think it's beautiful too. Okay, and then let's see. Hold on. I'm going to do it in order so I'm not confusing you. This piece of DSP is what I'm going to stamp on. And this is, oh, I lost my little tab. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then we've got a piece of basic white, 3 3/4 by 5. That's just for the inside to stamp on. We've got a piece of Very Vanilla, which is 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And we've got a teeny little, this is a scrap because I don't want any of it to go to waste. New Horizon DSP, a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4, and this was just a scrap. Yeah, you're right, Peggy. You can make a card using this paper and absolutely nothing else. It's just that pretty. You wouldn't even need to stamp on it. So this is what we're going to layer on to this, just to add a little something like that, just because it's so pretty. All right, let's get started. Oh no, before I start assembling, I do want to show you the 2 sheets that we are using today. And I just chose both of them. They had colors in the background that I liked, that I thought looked really pretty together. I'm going to show you what I did to cut them up. So hold on one second. bring in my trimmer. I also want to show you the ink pad colors after I do this. Okay, so you can see that in this piece, and they're all a little different, but this one, I just went in like this. I knew what size I needed, and I knew what I wanted to, I wanted to pull in different shades, different colors. So I took the 6x6 and I put it in. It's 4 inches. And I can tell you can't see. Let's see, 4 inches. So here's the 4-inch mark, girls. Now don't throw this away, because I'm sure we can use this piece on another card. And then I decided I wanted more of these like peachy pale papaya tones. So then it's 5 1/4. And there you can see that's one of those skinny little strips that I can use on the inside of my card to put it on the basic white just to jazz it up a little bit. So there's our background piece. And they're all a little different. Let's see, did I, oh, maybe I didn't, sorry girls. I didn't use the same one. This one is different, but hey, it works. And then for this smaller piece, let's see if I made, this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Did I get the right one? Yes. So this one I wasn't, I didn't feel like I needed I didn't want the purple tones in there. So this is going to go in, and I'm going to cut it at 3 1/4, which is right here. Save this. Some beautiful background. This would look really pretty with like silvers and grays, wouldn't it? I have to save this like for a Christmas card. Then I'm going to spin it around, and I'm going to go to 4 1/4. And save this for something, because you never know. Could cut something out of this. Die cut some leaves out of that. All right, I just wanted to demonstrate, hi Cheryl, how I did that it just, I kind of cut into the cardstock that I just wanted you to see me do it. So see if that's helpful to you. Okay, so my card base, Evening Evergreen, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. Many of my cards are not made out of this style. I do the long and skinny ones most of the time. Let's see, like this. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness. Okay, here's my 3 1/2 by 4 1/2 layer, and I'm gonna, oops, I'm not gonna glue this on because I'm gonna stamp on it. So I'm gonna bring in, we're gonna use for the greener, I don't know, the trees and the wildflowers, we're gonna call these. I'm gonna use for the wildflowers, Mossy Meadow, and for the trees, Evening Evergreen. So let me open this up. Set that aside. And let's stamp some wildflowers. So I'm going, make sure it's on there even, girls. Otherwise it's going to be floating up in the air. Okay, now with distinctive stamps, you've got to remember that if you squish like that, and you don't want to ever squish deep in there, because you want it to be inked up, but not too much ink, because it will take away from that distinctive look. Pull this back down. I'm going to pull this right down. You know what? I'm going to put it as close to the bottom as I possibly can get it. And give it a nice even push. Oh, that looks nice. All right, close this up, Mossy Meadow. And then the next one is the trees. We're going to do some generations stamping. And what that means is I'm just going to ink up my stamp. Oh, be very careful. Do you see that? Oh, I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to try not to press too hard. And in the middle of this watercolor wash, that's kind of the same tones, I'm going to put it full strength. Oh, yay. And then I'm not going to ink up again, but I'm going to move it ever so slightly upwards towards the top of the piece of DSP. And let's see, I think I want it a little bit stronger, so I'm going to do this. And I'm going to move this one a little bit lower. So generation stamping just means I'm getting like different tones with one ink pad. There's that. Now I decided to change on my sample. I have thank you, which isn't it so pretty? I wish I could write like this, that thank you, but I decided, guess what I need? A sympathy card. So I'm bringing in the stamp set Inspired Thoughts. I love this stamp set because I thought with Heartfelt Sympathy would look real nice up here. So we're gonna bring in with Heartfelt Sympathy, and the stamp set is Inspired Thoughts. Give it a look. Now I'm going to try to center it kind of in between those trees. Very nice. Now the inside, the word, I'm going to do it for you just because I love the words. Sheltering you with love at a time when words fall short. Let's see. Gonna bring in my chamois. Isn't that a pretty, those are pretty, I've used this a lot. It's sad to say, but we always need sympathy cards. And this verse, these two were the Heartfelt Sympathy and the Sheltering You with Love when a time when words fall short. This has been my go-to sympathy card. I'm going to bring in my basic white. We'll glue that on in a second. Okay, here's something I want to tell you about. So a lot of us use baby wipes when we're stamping, just because a lot of times our fingers get inky. This is a tip I want to share with all of you. Many times I will not use my baby wipes directly onto my stamps. And the reason is, and I think you can probably tell, let me bring in the chamois. So what has happened is there's fibers from the baby wipe left on the stamp. And so what happens is when I ink it up, like on my Evening Evergreen, those little fibers can transfer onto either my ink pad, or if I don't notice the little fibers, then the image, which I'm hoping doesn't happen, I can see they're kind of coming off. If you can see my chamois, those little white flecks, if it transfers and I don't see it, then the image or the words are not going to look right. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do this again. Tap, 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 Kim. Do what I do, not what I say. Okay, let's hope that this comes out and there's not little lines. Yay. Oh, look at that font. Oh, that's good. Okay, let me see. I'm going to bring in that little bitty scrap because I kind of wasn't thinking. Yeah, that'll still work. I'm going to put the peachy pale papaya down at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to close this up. and put this on the inside of the card. See how that little bitty strip just kind of jazzes it up a little bit, just gives it a little something, something. See how fancy? Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is, now that I've stamped on this, I am going to bring in, if I can find it, here it is. I think this was 3.5 by 4.5. Isn't that pretty? But we're going to even make it prettier. Is that correct? That's not correct English. Let me bring in some dimensionals. I always like to put one in the middle just because, I don't know, if it goes through the mail and gets smushed, I feel like that middle one, for some reason, will get all the support that it needs. There's nothing worse than a smush card. All right, did I get that one? There, I didn't get that one. All right. Now that in itself is quite pretty, don't you think? But we need something right here. So I'm going to bring in my little piece of vanilla. This could easily be a scrap of vanilla. It doesn't have to be 2 1/4 by 3 1/4. And I'm going to bring in my early espresso for my dough. I have not seen, no, I did. I take that back. I did have a dough cross in front of me recently over by, if you're familiar with the area, right by Aquaport, by Maryland Heights Community Center. But, you know, there's been times when they've been in my front yard and we have not, but I haven't been putting my bird food out like I usually do. So that's probably why I haven't seen them. All right. Again, I don't want to smush it, like get it too juicy or too inked up, because we want it to look like a photograph. Dun, dun, dun. There you go. And then I've already done the work for you. I took the die and someplace, here we go. Nope, that's not it. Did I? I know it's here. Where's my little... I cannot talk and make cards because I lose my stuff. Oh my goodness, it's here. Let me close this up. Let me clean up these. I had it cut out already for you girls. Don't panic, Kim. I can hear my mom saying, it's there someplace, Kim. Because I just had it in my little hands. Oops, sorry. Well, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to go on to the next. Oh, there. Dun, da, da, da. I put it on my little sticky note. So I wouldn't lose it. It started to slide underneath my laptop. There we go. So this cut out with the die, isn't that wonderful? Because I was going to say, I only know if, yeah, the deer ran away. Checking my, because I could fussy cut this, but oh my goodness, only Gail Brock, my dear friend Gail Brock, could cut between those tiny little dough legs. And so I'm not capable. I'm not capable, but I'm glad I found it. Okay, I'm going to take my mini dimensionals and I'm going to layer those in there as many as I possibly can. And you don't want the dimensionals to hang out. Now, can you see I'm not going to have any adhesive on my little dough's legs. I'm sorry, any mini dimensionals. But if you want it to, you could easily, you know, put like some Tombow glue on her feet so they're not floating up in the air. You could just put them, you know, put a couple dots of glue and then hold it like that, and then her feet would be anchored down. But I am just fine with the way it is. And I've got a beautiful Sympathy card ready to go. So there's your first card for tonight. I hope you like it. And like I said before, Grassy Grove is available in the next catalog, but the beautiful DSP is not. And I feel like I need to order another pack before it's gone. Oh, okay. The next one, totally changing gears. And I had purchased this bundle and had not used it. And I decided today was the day I was going to pull it out and use it. So it's the Artfully Layered stamp set, as well as the beautiful dies. That's just 3 of them. There's the rest of them. So they are amazing and make such pretty tropical cards. What else was I going to, oh, here's the DSP I wanted to show you. So it's 12 by 12. But I've cut it down to 6 by 6 so you can see how pretty it is in the camera. I'll pull this up a little. Okay. Now some of the colors, see if you can find them in here, are retired. That looks like pale papaya. Oh, I love a good polka dot, black and white especially. It almost, can you pick out a color that's gone now? I'll give you a hint. It begins with a J, 2 J's. It almost, I started saying this, looks like the artist cut out the images and then photographed them. There's the other side. I love that they have Calypso Coral in here. An Evening Evergreen. All right, the 2 colors I think that are, I know that are gone, Just Jade and Bumblebee are in here. But I decided, even though that color of cardstock was gone, those beautiful colors were retired, I was going to make a card for you with this, and I'm using the DSP as well as only one of the stamps. No, I take that back. I am using Hey There on the front, as well as Happiest Birthday Wishes. Now this stamp set, this bundle is gone. It's not in the next catalog. So once June hits, it will be forever gone. So here's your kit. We're going to use Bermuda Bay, 4 1/4 by 11, scored. Oh, look, I had that on there upside down. Scored at 5.5. That's Bermuda Bay. Such a pretty accent color for this. Okay. And then Calypso Coral is 3 3/4 by 5. We're going to take a piece of, this is the coordinating DSP. Artfully Composed is the name of it. It's on page 33 of the January through June mini catalog. It's 3.5 by 4 3/4. And actually, this is the side I'm going to use. And I'm going to stamp directly on top of it, which is fun. I didn't do that for a long time, and now I do it a lot. So for the, oh, and I haven't showed you the card yet. So you're going to need a piece of Evening Evergreen, 3 inches by 4 1/4, Pear Pizzazz, 3 by 3, and Calypso Coral, 3 by 3.5, and a piece of Basic White for the inside, 3 3/4 by 5. And then you're going to need some baker's twine, that essential pack, which has 5 spools that I've used. I used crumb cake this week. So, oh, and one more piece, sorry. One more piece of Artfully Composed 1 1/2 by 4 3/4. And there's the flip side, but this time we're going to use the pattern side. All right, and now I'm going to show you the card. Isn't this fun? How do you like that? It is such a fun summery card, isn't it? And then there's the baker's twine. I decided to switch from white. You can see I made 2 bows. I went for white and I thought, oh, crumb cake would look really nice. I always go white. I go through packs of it because I use up the white, but today I decided to go with the crumb cake. And then, do you all see these little embellishments? They are faux sea glass shapes. They're in the January through June, but thankfully they made it into the big catalog. They're in the back of the new annual catalog. So there's like a frosty white. This one kind of looks like Pear Pizzazz. And then this one is like a pool party maybe. Pool party, but it coordinates beautifully with like the Bermuda Bay. So I am so glad they made it. They made it into the next one. They're so interesting and so different than anything that we have in there. So yay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to show you really quickly how I made this card, and you're going to be amazed. Keep this one out. Keep that out. Try not to lose anything. I don't want any deer running away. Okay, here's our Bermuda Bay. Calypso coral. We're gonna take first. I'm gonna stamp first because there's a tip, girls. You always want to stamp before you glue anything down. Stamp it and make sure it looks like you want it to before you glue it down. Okay, I'm taking Hey There, which is kind of fun and different. Sorry. And I'm going to stamp it down here in the corner, straight as I can. And it looks good. No shadows, even though, see, I mushed it a little too hard. Set that to the side. Now I am going to close this up for right now. And I'm going to take my stamp and seal. Oh, I hate to cover up this pretty paper, but got plenty of it. Look how pretty this looks against Calypso Coral. Isn't that lovely? I'm going to take my little piece of Artfully Composed, one more piece, 1 1/2 by 4 3/4. This time I am going to use the pretty, or more of the tropical with all the plants. Oop. Set this right over here. This was a fun set to play with. I almost, instead, I knew I wanted to do this, the deer card for you, but I was so wanting to like play and make more cards out of this suite. All right, I'm gonna put this right on top of the Bermuda Bay. Love these colors together. I bet my friend Cheryl Spencer does too. Center that as best that I can. And then I'm going to show you, so this piece and this piece and this piece. These are the 3 pieces that I use to die cut. I wish I was more, knew my botanical plants better. But there's that one. It's going to go there. This one is going to go right on top of it, but I'm going to show you a little trick. And then, okay, I'll do this first. So I'm going to take my silicone craft mat, and I'm bringing in my Tombow multi-purpose glue. And a little sponge, little wedge. Oh, look at that. Where in the world did that come from? I'm going to grab, hold on, girls. Because you know, as soon as I don't clean this ink off my hand, you know what's going to happen. I need a baby wipe. Okay, that looks like it's pretty, even though I have to take the shampoo. Do you all know that? That's one of the easiest way to get, especially those dark colors of ink, if you've been stamping off of your hands, is shampoo. That's my go-to whenever I get inky hands. All right, taking a sponge, thinning out that Tombow glue, because we don't want big blobs. We just want it lightly on the sponge. And then I'm going to take it and I'm just going to dab all over it. Now, I will tell you, I just recently purchased the adhesive sheets, and I almost did that. Almost ran it through with the adhesive sheets. And then I thought, no, my Tombow and my silicone craft mat is right here. But I need to get that out because I know that makes it like a sticker. Okay, I'm going to put this right at the top like that. Okay, and then, I didn't. Okay, on my sample, I kind of liked the idea. It didn't all stick down at once, and I kind of liked it. So do you see I'm kind of intentionally leaving like pieces of it up like that? And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm only going to put glue kind of on the bottom of this because I kind of like the idea of it having a dimensional look to it. And this gets kind of right on top, but I kind of want it to pop up a little bit. All right, and then the last thing I want to show you, so I ran the 3x3 piece of Pear Pizzazz through. Here's your die that I used, and much to my surprise, the pieces, where's the take your pick? I just had it. All right, I'm going to use this. See these little holes? For those of you who are new to stamping, the dies have these teeny little holes in them, and that if they ever get kind of stuck, you can take your pick or scissors or something in there. Okay, so I was surprised. Do you see that? Those pieces came out like that, and I'm like, oh, that's not the look that I was kind of going for. I didn't realize the die would cut those pieces out. See like that? I thought they would stay in for some reason because I didn't see it like they saw it. So what I did was, I just took the pieces and laid them back in like this, very carefully. And and then once they were in there, which of course they're coming out, I took my dimensionals like I did on this one. But I'm going to show you, so in case you love it, you can do it too. I don't know how I did this before. Okay, maybe like that. Maybe one at a time. That's what I did, I think. It was so easy before. It always happens when you get on the camera on it. Okay, like that, and then I stuck it like that so it would grab. And then got this one in there and took another dimensional because I wanted it to be more like a solid, not just the outline. on top of the two that, oh, there we go. You get the idea. See, like that? I just like the look of it better here. Now that it's together, it's going to stay. So I use the dimensionals to keep those pieces, even though I wanted it to look, you know, I wanted it to look dimensional, but I didn't like just the outline. Ooh, we could do two. Ooh. Will that work? No, that's too much for this card. All right. Another card. I'm going to save it. It's going to be ready because I'm going to make more of these. And this goes right on top like that. And then I'm going to bring in, I stamped this. So this is for the inside, happiest birthday wishes. And then always think of Valerie because she thinks on the inside as well as the envelopes, they should be all decorated. And I agree, Valerie. So I've been trying to work at that to do more of that stamping, taking the time to do it. Oh, look at this. Gotta get the shampoo. There's that. And then all I need is, I'm looking, oh my goodness. Here, let's put on the faux sea glass shapes. I'm going to use 3. I know my take your pick is here because I just was using it. 1. They're fun because they're all different shapes, just like real sea glass would be. Oh, it's here. I know it's here. It's that crumb cake bow. I need an assistant. All right, I'm going to tie one for you. This I can do. Here's your crumb cake twine. Here's another tip. Don't cut it if you're working like alone. Keep it on the spool and you'll save. You'll use less. Okay, that was the bunny ear bow. I just take the 2 loops. I should have gone slower. The 2 loops, and then I cross them and put one in the hole, I guess is the right way to say it. And they make really cute bows, but I know my friend Cheryl and Pam, Pam has made those little wood blocks with the pegs in it to make like a bow maker. And I'm going to talk her into making me one, even though I feel like I can do bows pretty easily most of the time. And got my glue dots. I'm glad. Thank you, Valerie. Okay, here's a tip with the glue dots. I think I did this last week, but it looks like a little round contact. You want to just kind of roll it like a little in between your fingers to get it smaller so that it doesn't stick out behind that tiny little knot. And, oh, it's stuck on my... Oh, come on. Oh, Kimberly. Oh, here, how about this? Put the glue dot down and then put that on top of it. There. Adorable. There we go. Isn't that cute? I love it. And I'd also have to stamp a bunch on the envelope as well. That would be so pretty. So, all right, let me flip this around. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. I greatly appreciate all of you. I hope you can join all of us at the sale on the 28th. If not, I will catch up with you next Sunday. Oh my goodness, can you believe next weekend? We have Memorial Day weekend. May is already through and we're going into June. Crazy. All right, everyone, have a wonderful week. If you have any questions or if you would like more information about joining my team, please feel free to contact me. I'm happy to answer all your questions. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.